Hi Libra, welcome to your October love reading. I'm doing things a little bit different, and you'll see what I mean. This is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate, or it may partially resonate. If it does, take what resonates, leave the rest. Check your moon, rising, and Venus, or another channel for a more well-rounded picture or a different reading. And I think that's it. I shuffle everything off camera because it messes with the cloth and the sound. But I do a little bit on camera to show you that indeed the cards were mixed. All right. The bottom of the deck, it says strength. And I'm going to pick one from the middle here. This says release. It's about release. This looks like what the tower would be. There it is. See that? Release. So maybe you have just been set free, or you need to clear a few things. Interesting, interesting. These are so stubborn, these cards. Damn it, there it is. Oh, all right, well, these two actually fell out, so there you go. Love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving all of the wonderful things that life has to offer. Word. And I love you. These are very important words. All right, Libra. Come on, work with me here. Maybe I can do it like this. There we go. Can you see all this? Yeah, you can. Okay. So we got, so this is, maybe we've been kind of beating ourselves up and we need to let go of a few things. This is, well, it's about releasing old ways of thinking that don't work anymore, including what somebody else said we were and we're not. Now I have shuffled these off camera, but I'm doing it over here just so you can hear that I'm doing it. I worry that some of you are worried I planned this out or whatnot, and some of them I don't know how you think that, but good Lord. But I do want you to know that I do shuffle them. So yeah, that just fell. All right. Bottom of the deck energy, Queen of Pentacles. Where am I going to put you? I guess I can put you right here. This is somebody unto themselves taking care of their own. Can you see that? Not really. Let me scoot you forward here. Okay. So we've got somebody that is living possibly in solitude, but is wanting to be single or is definitely single. Okay, so we got Judgment reversed. Hermit reversed, and the Ace of Wands reversed. I swear the deck is not, well, you know the deck's not reversed. You can see it right here. Okay. And next we have Knight of Wands upright. Libra. Ace of Pentacles upright. Libra. Page of Swords upright. 10 of Swords upright, 3 of Wands reversed, and 2 of Swords upright. All right. And put you down here. That's better. I can do this. Okay, so this is the first third of October, so like the 1st through the 10th, 11th through the 21st, 22nd through 31st. Give or take 2 or 3 days, okay? So we're looking at beginning of October, middle of October, end of October. All right, so we have not a second chance. Wondering maybe, did you make the right call? Is this... Sorry, turn off the fan there. Feeling isolated and feeling passionless. Well, I could see why these cards came up. My goodness. You are loved. And it seems like you're pretty down in the dumps, to say the least. This is about It's about self-doubt. And it's also about not being willing to look at the situation for what it is. I think this is, you might be a little too hard on yourself, okay? You might be judging yourself too harshly. You might be believing what somebody else said about you, which is not true. And this is isolation, and this is not having any passion or zeal, or just feeling weighed down and stagnant. So this is the first part of the month. Perhaps you're processing a recent separation. This could be, I didn't mention this at the beginning, sorry. This could be, it's intended for romantic love, but it could be friendship love. It could be family. It could also be like work or passion project, okay? Activism, or, you know, something you're really passionate about. So we're dealing, these are two heavies right here. So this was heavy duty. Whatever happened, either you just let go of something, or there's been a separation and you're really struggling with some self-care and self-love right now. And you might be, like I said, judging yourself too harshly. Middle of the month, a little surge in vitality here. This could be someone coming in. This is not a lasting relationship, but it is passion entering. So it could be new interest in a job, new interest in, and whatever it is, it's going to bring you some security and sort of level things out. I think this is saying that in the middle of the month, you're going to get some perspective on your situation. And now we are watching. We might want to even make a move and talk to somebody and send a message. This could be social media, texting, or just at least watching their social media pages. If this is communication, it will be just a very light initial one, like just a text, hi, thinking of you, or just, you know, a like or something. It's not any great shakes. It's almost like a testing the waters. So I want to find out if that's new or not, if that's what's going on there. Now, the end of the month, though, we have an ending. Okay, we do have an ending, and it's putting the kibosh on any plans. Right here, there's no long-term goals with that situation, whatever just ended. It either was because there was no long-term goals, or there are no long-term goals now. Either way, we're at an impasse, and it's like, all right, we've gone our separate ways, and you are back to, there's a whole lot of, not a whole lot of, but these two right here speak to taking a more passive role. Like there might be interest, or at least mental energy spent on a love situation, but there's no movement really. There's very minimal movement. And it's probably because you're still dealing with the fallout of this. There might be something that comes in, and this person comes in and they might be offering you this security, and you're like, okay, I'm going to watch and wait and see. And then an ending, a cycle has ended. It might be with this person. Maybe you recognize there is no future with that person, and you're in a holding pattern again. This is an attempt to find balance. I almost feel like this is exciting, and then you get discouraged, and it's back to veering over here again. And because this is about finding balance, and you don't want to be too hard on yourself. You don't want to be too, you know what I mean? Like it's like your default is to be very judgmental for yourself. And at least for the month of October, it seems like. And sorry, Libra, you're very cerebral anyway, so it can be easy to kind of overanalyze something, or just blame yourself, but don't do that. No good ever comes from that. Assign blame where it's due, but don't be too generous with that. Okay, all right, 2 cards here. 2 cards to tell us about this right here. I'm wanting to know how this goes from this to this. I want to know what happens. It could be just a fling. I mean, we're talking about the middle of October to the end of October, but okay, 2 cards. Okay, so first of all, I didn't tell you. Sorry, this could be Virgo right here. And yeah, so that's okay. So that's all the major heavies. This one, as far as I know, doesn't have an assignation, but I could be wrong. I have never assigned it to anything, so I don't read it that way. This could be Cancer or Pisces. All right, so this is obviously it's not going to go anywhere. It might be a fun little romp, but it's not anything I don't think you put too much stock in. I feel like this is saying that you need to go inward, because this right here is, this without self-reflection is just isolation. It's purposeless. It's beating yourself up and staying down. This needs to get turned into like this, okay? You need to look at the situation honestly, assess blame where it is properly assigned, and look at both sides. This is about probably not wanting to deal with it, so you do other things. Like this is about being cut off from your sexuality, your inner voice, maybe gossiping, just all the things that are not, shall we say, inward communication, in the sense that you are not talking to yourself, you're not listening to yourself, you're not following your gut instinct. Because of that, you're going out. You're trying to find validation or security or meaning or purpose or approval outside of yourself. Sometimes that can mean, quite honestly, it could be, some people find that through multiple sex partners because they need to feel validated and desired. Other people could find that through shopping, gossiping, telling secrets about somebody. You know what I mean? Just anything to take the focus off of you and what you're going through, and you involve yourself with other people just to stay busy. And those are poor examples of staying busy. I get it. But the point is, when you don't listen and you're trying to fill that void, you go out and you develop potentially unhealthy habits or attachments in an effort to fill that void that you really need to sit quietly and go within and listen. And this, just be careful that you don't isolate yourself too much. It's one thing to just be like, okay, I'm not dealing with this anymore, I'm just going to go out and have a good night or whatever. But day in and day out like that, it needs to be examined. You can't let this go unchecked, because you need to let it go, and you need to love who you are and remember, I love you. And the thing about, it feels like there might be some guilt here. It feels like you're just beating yourself up, and that's only going to get you so far. You know what I mean? You need to give yourself a break. And if somebody dumped on you and was horrible, same thing. Have your pity party, but you need to come out of it, because you don't want that to turn into uncontrolled isolation. I know I'm banging on a drum here, and I'm sorry. Excuse me, I just don't, it's like you're in this funk. Somebody comes along and, pardon me, you think it might be secure, and you watch and wait, and then nope, it's not, which makes you go right back over here, makes you feel discouraged and go right back over here. Because they give you hope, and then it goes right back over here, and you're in this holding pattern. Don't stay there. Have your pity party, but don't stay there. There's more coming. January. Just saying. January. Okay, so this is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. This one can be stubborn. Anything they do slowly and reliably. However, when it's like this, it could be somebody that's capable but just bored. They're lazy, unproductive, stubborn, perfectionistic, not very good with their time. So they're not reliable. Okay, so that might have been why it didn't work out here, is that you found out that this was actually this. Instead of it being the offer they made it out to be, it was actually this. And they're not, maybe this person, maybe it's not you, maybe this person is not somebody that can be trusted. They have a secret agenda, or they're into gossip, they're into superfluous things or superficial things, okay? So just, Libra, I'm sorry, but October looks like you're spending a lot of time unto yourself, and hopefully it's productive, and you're looking at things and you're letting things go that don't fit. You're not judging yourself too harshly, and you're remembering to give yourself some self-care, because anything that comes your way this month is not going to be what you're looking for. It's not going to be lasting. Just know that, okay? You might have fun. Nothing wrong with that. Just do exactly what this is saying right here that you're going to do, is that you're going to be watching, and we'll see, you know? And it's good, too, that you're doing that, because for this person, it doesn't look like they're quite what you are looking for. Not up to snuff yet. All right, one last card. Not looking. I'm looking over to the right like you can see me looking, though I'm looking away. Okay. Oopsie. All right. This is, well, it's what this is. It's misleading. It's confusion. It's illusion. Be careful of what somebody says they are via social media, via on the chance meeting, via this passionate interlude versus what the reality is for that, okay? And I think that speaks to thinking that this right here is this when actually it's this, okay? And they're just in it for their own needs. They're not really interested in anything steady or reliable or being trustworthy, committing, that sort of thing. They're not, even if you're not into that, Libra, they're not into, they're not what you want, okay? It's just going to be a hit it and quit it. It's just going to be it's not going to be lasting. Shutting up. How much more can I beat that drum? Okay, and this confirms that for me, just saying this is all about illusion and confusion and misleading information, okay? So be wary of that for the month of October. Know that you are loved and that you are being divinely guided. You need to release and let go and accept what is and let go of what isn't. And this is a month for you to be concentrating on you and your own, okay? And like I said, January, that kind of just flew in there, but October is not the month for coupled or partnered love. You're still working through some things, okay? Looks like it's going to be around January-ish. Okay. All right. So Libra, I hope that was helpful. I know I kind of droned on and on about a few things. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Fast forward if you have to. I know I talk a lot and I know this is long. Thank you for stopping by. I'm doing this once a month now. I'm not going to do mid-monthlies anymore because I damn near killed myself last month. So I'll be coming back on the beginning of November to do this again for the November love reading. Okay? All right. So you have a good month and I will see you around the 1st of November. Thank you for stopping by. Take care.